In what seems to be the universe kicking me repeatedly in the nuts, the biggest news stories always come out the day I release a video, which means it's a whole week late when I get to it the next week. This has happened because Grand Theft Auto, there's been a new gameplay trailer released by Rockstar. Cheers. And now for your favorite way to learn about the latest in gaming news, get ready to get funky. It's the SAMTIME News! And it's game time. Hello, welcome to the SAMTIME News. We get the latest and greatest news on video games. I'm your host, Sam Tucker, aka SAMTIME, and this episode is brought to you by a malevolent Thomas the Tank Engine. Save me from Thomas, he's gone crazy! Thank you very much for pulling yourself away from Steam's super special summer sales. I must say, I got a few bangers in myself. What were they? Left 4 Dead 2 and Portal 2. Bargains, 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 but forget about that. Let's get into the stories. First story today. In what seems to be the universe kicking me repeatedly in the nuts, the biggest news stories always come out the day I release a video, which means it's a whole week late when I get to it the next week. This has happened because Grand Theft Auto, there's been a new gameplay trailer released by Rockstar. Cheers. Yes, the trailer, which is comprised completely of in-game footage, shows us a little more of the backstory to some of the characters, such as Michael, who has the curious vocation of ruining people's yoga.
You're ruining my yoga!
Trevor, who turns out to be a very shoddy plumber. And Franklin, who I'm not sure is actually speaking English.
Hold the assets of a dead man, big sitting cheap asshole.
One of the big features showed off in the game is the vantage points, where you can switch vantage points between characters on a certain mission. So you could be the guy hanging from the helicopter, then you can say, no, I'll choose the other guy. You even get a little preview of the person's stats so that you can choose the best person for a job. You got strength, stamina, flying ability. I was surprised they didn't have a fat stat there, because one of my favorite things from GTA San Andreas was really porking the guy up, getting really fat. I loved it. Driving him underpants, my favorite car being the street sweeper. It's magic. But I'm just not sure if you can actually fatten your character up in this game. I mean, I don't know. Franklin did look a little chubby in this scene. But as we do discover in the trailer, as Franklin walks out of the pot shop, at least there'll be some sort of pot belly in this game. Pot belly. Pot belly in this game. Pot belly. Double meaning. You're welcome. The latest GTA will have cars, bikes, scuba, planes, and everyone's favorite, boats. Yay! So we know there'll be a bit of this happening. And it's not only in missions that you can switch between these three protagonists, you can actually do that in this big large city at any time. It's quite awesome. You zoom out to this NASA satellite spying on everyone to zoom in on your next character and see what they're doing in their private lives. I'd hate for people to jump into random spots in my private life. Oh wow, you've really slutted up this time, Miley. That's a shame. That's terrible. That's just terrible. Replay. Astute viewers of these trailers may recognize a fourth free character slot. Maybe it's just there as a placeholder, or maybe you get to play as a new character we haven't heard of. This gnome looks promising, as does this flamingo. The possibilities. The gameplay and gunplay has been upgraded. There's more sort of fluid movement, blind shooting, better run and jump and fools and schwas. You get choices in missions on how you want to go about it, whether you want to go the super stealth route or the bang bang shoot 'em route, as well as who to bring, and even what to do with your money. You can buy fancy tattoos, or you can more likely, what I'm going to do is bet on the stock market, the ball sack stock market. I mean, I couldn't do any worse than in the real world with my Apple stocks. I mean, Jesus. Why are they making a tube? And another good upgrade is that you don't have to wait 6 months to change wardrobe. If that weren't all enough, we even got a sneak peek of multiplayer. You're in the huge city. They have like at least 10 or so players playing simultaneously. And yes, that's right, in multiplayer, you get a beanie.
Yes! 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 Thank you!
Oddly enough, there was no mention of the main storyline of where Trevor's pants are and who's stolen Trevor's pants.
Where are my pants?
It's conspiracy, I tell ya. Just like those chemtrails. Now, moving on to another thing that's happened. EVO 2013, the big game, combat, fighting, competitive sport, E-games, that's the one. E-games competition is going on. It's been streamed and stuff like that. Now, we've already covered how Nintendo are being stingy and not letting YouTube game players collect revenue on gameplay videos they release of Nintendo games. Nintendo were planning to do a further dick move by not allowing the Super Smash Bros. Melee game to be played at EVO 2013 at all. After a little schmoozing by the EVO 2013 aficionados, they did accept to have the Super Smash Bros. Melee in their competition, but after the streaming part of the event. Good thing for Nintendo though that the final decision was for it to happen during the streaming, because the Super Smash Bros. Melee was the biggest streamed game competition in the world ever! Oxygen. Yes, 100,000 people were watching the live stream of the Super Smash Bros. Melee Finals. And it makes me wonder if this is a further conspiracy, Nintendo saying, oh, we're not gonna let you do it, not gonna let you do it, to build up the publicity to get those 100,000 views. I'm onto you, Nintendo. I saw you do that. I was hiding behind your car last night and I saw you come out and you had the paperwork saying it and I photocopied it with my brain. Also, what's happening at EVO 2013, although it's probably fully announced now, Super Street Fighter 4 are going to release additional content, downloadable content for their game. Coming early 2014, it's going to have 4 new characters that we know of. Rolento, Elena, Hugo, and Poison. But may I say, there will be a 5th member of the new cast, of which we don't know the name of yet. And yes, you are right, it is Super SAMTIME. Speaking of things being released, Justin Carter, the League of Legends douche who talked about shooting kids at a school, has been released on bail, $500,000 bail by an anonymous bailer. In the previous SAMTIME news, we talked about how it's all stupid, this whole getting jailed for saying a stupid joke, but it is curious that an anonymous person bailed him out, especially for 500,000 clams. Sweet Jeebus. Was it Jesus? Yes. It was me, Super Jesus. Sam, you can't have Jesus jokes. It's too controversial. Jesus. But jailbreaking is not always a good thing, as some mobile users have discovered with the new Deus Ex The Fall. Yes, the mobile game of Deus Ex, which I hear is a really good game. It blocks jailbroken phones, which is when people hack their phones so it can do things it's not meant to do. The game stops them from doing one crucial thing in the game, one thing you'd really need to do in any game. Shooting. After they've passed a few levels in the tutorial, they get this message. I'm sorry, but you can't fire on jailbroken devices. Kind of a funny concept for a game based on augmenting your body parts and upgrading everything. I must admit, I did pirate my right shooting finger from the internet. Ah, damn it! Anyway, serves people right for messing around with their Apple devices. I mean, please, leave that shit for Android. Now, finishing off with one of the coolest mobile games I've seen. It's still in development, but this concept video is amazing. You gotta check it out. It's like a comic book that you can rearrange to tell your own story, and it's a puzzle to pass the game. It's freaking genius. Now, judging by the amount of cells there, I'd say there are at least 4 good combinations the developer would have to account for. Let's hope the Aussie developer Love Shack Entertainment can accommodate all those different combinations and make a really good game, everyone. Good hustle. That's been the SAMTIME news. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, oh my god, it's PACS on Friday through Sunday. We're going to be doing lots of interviews, which means the next SAMTIME news is going to be a PACS extravaganza. Settle yourself. Don't settle yourself. Get excited. Strap yourself in. That's what I meant to say, because you'll be so excited. It's going to be spectacular. Oh, good things happening next week for SAMTIME news. But for now, stay tuned for Funky Time. SAMTIME signing off.
Subscribe today.
Funky Time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sexy. Yeah. Yeah. So sexy.
I'm going to eat my own head. Headception. Ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha. Costume. Oh, what a wonderful costume, Sam. But I'm just not sure if you can actually fatten your character up in this game. I mean, I don't know. Trevor looked a little... No. Franklin looked a little